beep beep beep. Beep beep beep. Huh? Ooh.
Aprovecha Prime Day de Amazon. 4 días de grandes ofertas. Descubre las ofertas ahora.
Huh?
Hey, what the fuck?
Huh? Ooh.
What the? This is why I can't animate on time. Alright, whatever. Next scene.
Huh? Over already? Ooh.
Oh shit, there was actually a winner? I could have sworn this would have been one of those instances of it being too convoluted, so let's end it in a draw type of thing. Also, who are those other guys? What other guys? Both Arale and Pucca were ridiculously tricky to find any type of weaknesses that the other couldn't capitalize on. Both can see past the fourth wall, so neither really had the element of surprise. Pucca might have been slightly smarter of the two on paper, but remember that Arale's an android with a supercomputer for a brain. In fact, most of what Arale has over Pucca is actually due to her being an android. For example, Pucca was vulnerable to getting sick, tired, hungry, all the things that make you human. Well, human, Arale does also showcase those symptoms. It's important to understand that it's just her mimicking human traits rather than her really being affected. But couldn't Pucca just drain Arale's battery? Well, firstly, Arale's battery drain would have to come down to her power output, meaning Pucca would have to match Arale in power output for any power to really be drained. Pucca's strongest feat and strength was creating constellations in the sky. If she was capable of creating each star herself, she would be around star level at minimum, potentially solar system. In contrast, Arale can match Goku's in Super Saiyan Blue. At this time, Goku could potentially destroy the entire universe in his base form. So yeah, the gap in power would be too much for Pucca. She wouldn't even be able to siphon her power for herself since it would be too much power for even her to handle. And that's mostly where the main differences lie. Both can cancel each other out with their fourth wall and Toon Force shenanigans. So with those two out of the picture, it all came down to their respective powers and skills on their own. Now the power gap was already stated, but Pucca does have the edge in terms of battle experience since it's more likely she trained to keep up with ninjas. And it's possible that out of the other two, she would be slightly smarter, but at the end of the day, it's still a super fighting android versus a human girl. And even if Arale couldn't outright erase Pucca from existence, there are other ways to win a fight without killing, like say, trapping them in a manga panel, comic book page, or even a scroll, just to name a few. Pucca was an impressive fighter and her power was incredible, but Arale simply sent her in a slump. The winner is Arale Norimaki.
Don't make me wait another 30 years!
Llevas viendo este impacto desde hace días.
Mejor entra en carglass.es